So mine would be more along Bill's line. You know, if it was, 1 year and then they bank, I really feel that, and this is my pastor coming out in me, people come to church, but they don't do much for the church until they start tithing to the church. Once they start tithing to the church and they get active, they start doing stuff, they do visits, they help with charity stuff you do, they help, with ministries and things like that. But people don't really buy in as far as what they're gonna put into it until they've got skin in the game, until they donate. And that's why I think that you need to maintain that level, and that's the reason.
The counterpoint is that we're looking for votes, and voters are gonna vote for whoever they identify with. So if we can get people to identify with without having to pay to identify, that's why I was thinking if we have a separate, where if you wanna be a,
pretty good idea.
if you wanna vote in the party, you have to say what's going on and pay.
Yeah, right. And then we can bill you later on.
If you forget to tell us you're not interested, we'll bill you.
And we'll have an AOL customer service if you want to get out.
I would just add that I think $10 is skin in the game, but it's really not a whole lot. And if they've already donated to the National Party, then they have put some interest in it. And I think that's really the crux of it, is that they've already paid money to Libertarians before, and like you said, you don't want to have any barriers when you're looking for votes to.
What about a discount, $5?
Anything else to add on this issue? Chris?
So if they just want to identify without having to pay anything, they just go Secretary of State's office, Commissioner's
Register
office.
They quit
Probably
that.
send them general day.
They don't do party registrations in Arkansas anymore. Those of us who are currently registered will continue, but they are not accepting any new
When did they do that? I didn't.
in the last 6 months.
Wow.
Is that a market
By the way, and that just reminds me, kind of a point of interest, I'll talk about it in a little bit, but, I got a list of registered voters in order to work on this ballot access campaign. So 2 years ago, we had 193 registered libertarians. Now we have 326. So
Wow.
that's a growing number. I guess that's as big as that number's ever going to get.
Yep.
Unless they change the rule.
Again, only registered libertarians.
Unless they change the rule that the state legislature has like
That's.
a ballot initiative, and that probably won't happen either.
Okay, those were very
Resources
sticky
like this.
issues.
So, yeah.
I did want to discuss two other quick resolutions here. We may vote on them, we may not, we may just talk about them. But we have, our bylaws require there to be a bylaws committee and a platform committee, which we've always had people who have been nominally members, but those committees have never really done anything. Our bylaws have not been changed. They've only had one revision since 2011 when we adopted the bylaws. And I just thought it might be helpful to the incoming bylaws committee if this convention talked about what our expectations were of them, similar to the platform committee. So we will have a bylaws committee. You've got those sheets on there. If you check that little box, you'll be considered for a position on that committee. And I just wanted to bring this resolution up to say that we really ought to take a look at our bylaws, considering some of the problems we've experienced over the past 5-6 years, and think about fixing some of those things. And the ideas that I came up with is that the guiding principles is one thing that we should be looking at, and I asked actually John Bowers to do this last year, in hopes that we would be a real political party this year. We would need to fix some things in the bylaws. Of course, Kerry Johnson did not get 3%, so we're still where we are. But I think that one thing that is important is that whatever changes to the bylaws we make, they should be consistent with us becoming a real political party. That is, a political party as defined by Arkansas Code Section 71101, which is the Republicans and Democrats, but not us. I don't think there's anything to debate about that. The question of membership, tenure, and voting rights at convention needs to be addressed. That issue of do you need to be a member for 90 days before you can vote at a convention? I think there's an ambiguity in the bylaws about that issue, and that needs to be addressed. And finally, the third point I came up with is that some of the county affiliates have complained that as they're putting together their bylaws and trying to follow step by step the state bylaws, that there's a lot of detail that needs to be paid attention to, and it can be kind of a pain to form a county affiliate that's consistent with the state bylaws. And I think that's one area in our bylaws that needs to be looked at and probably should be done with consultation with existing county chairs who know what it took to come up with a set of bylaws that was consistent with our state rules. I guess if anyone has any comments on those three principles, open the floor to discussion on that. And then, of course, number 4, is there anything else that anyone's noticed about our bylaws and procedures that could be improved that we might want to tell our bylaws committee to take a look at? Melissa?
There was discussion